And we are live with session 2222, the Goblin-Orc Nation Liberation.
I thought it was live from New York at Saturday night.
No, it's Sunday night in Toronto, Canada, where I am.
Live from Toronto, it's Sunday night.
And the Goblin-Orc Nation is almost liberated. You guys are getting there. Do you guys remember what you did last time and what you want to do today?
We definitely did not commit any crimes.
True.
On your Pathfinder game is advertising a Pathfinder to me.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. Alright, carry on.
So last time Ronald delivered our stuff, we decided we were going to go to Lighthousen to get more information, supplies, etc., but it's quite a ways away. So we decided to ask our little tiefling friend to teleport us, but Oz was just like, I want to murder. And so we bound Oz's hands.
And I definitely followed all the rules that we agreed to and didn't try to break them at all.
True.
Right. But anyway, Violet was able to return without harm, and that made Oz angry. We traveled down the road and passed a traveling trader who had 2 griffins for sale, and he wanted to sell them to us as flying mounts.
And then we just walked on by, right? Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing bad happened.
Brutally murdered.
And looted.
John, why did you murder him?
And looted, yeah. No, you guys looted him, took all his money, all
Look,
his gems.
I was fully justified in my actions 100%. I played the character 100% of the way.
Yeah, you couldn't
That's
just
what
knock him
matters.
out and let them go. You had to put an axe to the head and...
He was a slaver.
True.
Slavers have to die. I'm definitely not dealing with any trauma related to this.
True.
So, after we disposed of the body, we spent the night on the beach, and then Katara and Dot went to town because we figured that, you know, there were people that saw the traitor get not murdered, and so we figured that, you know, they may be looking for all 4 of us, so we just went with 2. And we're able to successfully get into town, and we met with the mayor, and he said he had a spell that might help, and he tells us we need to get an onyx gem worth 250 gold for it, and his associate would assist us. Associate was a gnome named Hydros. He said that we can buy the onyx gem for 1,000 GP in Einbrock, or Harvest in Einbeck, the mountain area behind it.
Mm-hmm.
The spell that they're going to use is Animate Dead, and he gave us a gold token with the symbol of the Warhammer, and says that'll get us through the checkpoints more easily. So we made our way to Einbrock to try and buy the gem. And there was a 15-foot high wall being manned by the elves that was keeping us out, and they told us that the city was closed and tried to tell us to go away, but we explained why we were there and asked if they can get the gem for us, and they said to wait 2 days for a response. We made camp a little ways away, and Dot had Oz make some really good smelling food to make the elves jealous. And then that night we were visited by a dwarf in a cloak, and he offered us the black onyx for free. But as far as we can tell, it's real, and you know, it seems like a pretty good turn of events for us, although this guy is a cleric of Dalek, so we're not completely trusting him. And
I forgot to ask what he smelled like.
Normal, nothing like,
Okay.
just like normal sense.
Just making sure.
and so we accepted the gem, and we were on our way back to Lighthousen.
Yes, that is where we...
We checked to make sure the gem was not magical, right?
I don't believe that was done, but you can do that and detect magic,
we
and it
have
will.
a wizard, so
Yeah, and it will radiate no magic.
a wizard, no magic. Okay. I thought for a moment there you said no magic, and I was like, ooh, no magic.
N-O magic.
Okay.
But that does sound actually pretty cool. No magic on things.
I don't know if I would trust no magic items, but
But yeah, it is in the middle of the night, but you guys can rest and wake up in the next morning and make your way back to the city if that is where you so wish to go. Is this all of you going into the city this time? Because I think 2 of you have not been there before. So
I worry about whether or not it's safe for me to go back, or for me to go in there.
Why is that?
Because I murdered that guy.
You're not supposed to actually say that out loud.
But he was slaver, and I murder him. He bad.
Yeah, let's not. You don't say that again. You don't imply that. Do you know what imply means?
That a devil, right? Imply.
No. Don't make it seem like you did that. You didn't do that. Okay?
Okay, so I didn't do it.
Nobody did it.
Whenever anybody says, "Did you do it?" I say, "I didn't do it."
I don't think that that's quite what we're going for here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering if we should just go in the 2 of us again, Dot. What do you think?
I think it would be better if they expect 2 of us. We should just come back with 2 of us.
I didn't do it.
We didn't ask you.
Oh, you could say it wasn't me.
It wasn't me. Okay.
Even if they kept you on camera.
No, Shaggy. Yeah, so maybe we can find a place a little while before the city for you guys to camp out, and Dot and I can go in with Gem. You okay with that, Game X?
Yeah, I guess.
You didn't do it either, right? It wasn't you.
Yeah?
Alright, well, let's try and not get in trouble along the travels back.
Okay. I won't murder anyone as long as they're not slaver.
No, you're not murdering anyone, no matter who they are, unless I tell you to do it.
Oh, why do you just let bad people keep doing bad thing?
Really, is that what I do?
Yeah.
Really, I haven't killed any giants?
You was gonna let bad man leave with smart horses.
You're talking about one person. Smart horses?
Smart horses.
They weren't horses.
They shook head yes.
That doesn't make them horses.
They like horses.
Apparently you need a lesson on animal behavior, and
He said
types.
we ride them. They like horses.
They're not horses. Anyway,
They like horses, so horses.
don't be mean and don't try and fight anything or kill anything unless I specifically tell you so. Okay?
Okay.
Shake my hand.
Sure. I shake
Or,
hand.
or if you need to save our or your own life.
Okay.
No, don't give her too much latitude.
And okay, I understand.
She doesn't understand latitude, but I don't either, so that's fine.
Latitude is laptop.
What's laptop?
Top of lap. L
Anyways.
attitude. Latitude. Lap attitude.
Do you like Katara's latitude?
Yes.
You were just asking for that one, huh?
Okay, we wait out here then.
Yeah, you guys need to travel a bit first, and can I get a D100
Oh, okay.
from anyone?
We wait when we get there.
Yeah, and you guys can pick a spot when you're closer to the city.
John, you haven't made a special
I will
lighthouse.
do it. Is this another blind GM roll?
Nope, you can just publicly roll a D100. These roads are pretty safe, but there are other encounters.
John, you have a near lighthouse in one.
I know, but this is special.
This is different. Got it. Oh, that was not blind GM rolled.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, he told me
Oh.
not to.
Okay. I heard.
I
I
went
thought I
through a
heard
list
blind
of
GM
yellows.
Uh,
Look, I have flesh-eating bacteria. Okay.
oh my god.
You don't.
On your travel back to Lighthelsen, you'll run into a pair of dwarves armored on steeds, but they're traveling towards Lighthelsen as well. They kind of catch up to you, or they're coming from behind you. You kind of turn back and you see that they're marching on the road with these horses, and they're kind of trotting along. That's what catches your attention. And behind them are two some sort of giantoid creatures, manacled and just in a line behind the horses, kind of just like lumbering behind them. Do you guys want to say anything to them? They seem to be with purpose on this path toward the city.
Can we tell what type of giants they are?
Yes,
by looking
if
at
you
them?
give me a knowledge local, you can determine what kind of giants
If
they are.
somebody else gives you a knowledge local.
Yeah, anyone with knowledge local can roll. Yes, these are hill giants. Not too scary. I don't know if do you want to know anything about them.
Where do they live? Are they like specific to a territory, or are they like any hill?
They are. If you've ever seen that movie, The Hills Have Eyes, they are the eyes
Oh my
in
god,
the hills.
bye.
They usually wield great clubs, which they don't seem to have on them now.
Right, they weren't so
Shocking.
great enough to stop the dwarves.
They're manacled, so if they had their weapon, that would be confusing.
Yeah, and they have kind of like brownish hair. They're with brown eyes. They're usually, as their name implies, in like a hilly kind of terrain. Other than that, they're not too special. They do the normal giant stuff, rock throwing. They're large sized. What other question did you have?
I have a question for dwarves.
Where they usually live?
Any hilly terrain. You mean like specifically, like
Okay.
in this
So
area?
it's not like... Yeah, I didn't know if there were specific places around here where they might have been captured, or...
Well, to your knowledge, they like I said, they could be in any like mountainous or hilly terrain, but specifically around here with that check, Dot would know they must have been caught near the Veds in those mountainous area. Or I guess it's possible from any of the hills in the area. But that also makes you confused of why they're traveling behind you, or like they're basically coming from Ironbrock direction. But the city was closed, so did they come from the city in those hills, or where did they come from here and they worked their way around? It's kind of confusing where they're coming from, maybe. Because they're like full plated. They're on their shoulders. They have that same Warhammer sigil that's on your coin. So they're clearly denizens of Light Hills and returning back. They're clearly those guards that they have a similar kind of full plate kind of uniform.
Dot, do you think we should try and talk to him, or just get back to the city?
Hey, where are you going with giants?
Hey. Remember I said don't talk to anything, don't hit anyone.
Yeah,
When we stay in camp.
No, in general.
they pull up beside you. They kind of like hold the horses up and look down, look almost maybe eye level with you now because they're kind of short dwarves. But they say, "Citizens, be wary of the roads. There are murderers and giants about."
Where did you find
two
these two?
murder?
One at a time, please. What was that?
I didn't do it.
Where did you find these two?
These two were in the hills to the north.
Were they murderers?
They're giants.
Oh, we just heard there was a murder on the road, so I didn't know that if it might have been that.
Oh, yeah, unlikely, because they are found in the north, and on the road, it was more near the south where the murder happened. But
You think they know anything about the Ved Giants? I can talk to them if that's okay. I know Giant.
Who are you? We're supposed to bring these.
Katara.
Right,
We're,
right. What's
we're
your
working
title?
with
Who?
Ronald.
You work with
We're
who?
working with Ronald and Rachel.
Oh, I heard of Ronald.
Yeah, we've been clearing out giant camps.
We killed many giant.
So I assume you speak their tongue.
I'll say yes back. In giant.
Ah, I recognize it. I don't understand what you said, but sure.
just said
I guess you sound pretty legit. We were ordered to bring these back for questioning, but perhaps you can find something out before we get back. Our horses need a break anyway. We've been riding them pretty hard.
What do you want to know from them?
We want to know if they know anything about that murder on the road, first of all. Second of all, yes, we want to know about the other giants in the area, what they're doing, if they know anything. And yeah, anything you can find out from them that will be helpful.
Dot, do you
Well-
want to talk or shall I?
You're better with the talking with the people and things.
They kind of hop off the door, or not the doors, off the horses, and they kind of lead them off to the side, and they kind of find some nearby tree or something to unshackle them from the horse and shackle them to the tree, so you can talk to them while they're just like pulling in their chains and
I'll
like.
go over and talk to the horses.
Sure, they just.
Hello, Giants.
Oh, you speak giant,
Yes.
but you
You
not
speak
giant.
also. I'm pretty big, though.
Not big as me.
No. So where did you come from?
We come from an area to the north of here.
Do you know the Veds? Are you part of them?
No. But we know them.
What do you know about them?
They weaker than me. My
Really?
club hit harder.
That's not what I've heard.
Who tell you that?
I've heard the Veds are very strong and they have something that can kill you instantly.
No. Their
Some
club.
noise or something?
A what?
Some kind of noise? I don't know what it is.
Oh, I
You're
kinda like-
smart. You probably know.
No. I mean, yes, I am smart, but I don't know what you're talking about. Probably lies they tell people to sound stronger than they are.
Yeah, you could take them down, huh? How come you got caught? What happened?
Tricky dwarf. Small, hard to hit. They trick us, trap us, get us when we're sleeping. Cowardly little dwarf. In fair
Yeah,
fight, I
everybody
smash.
Has to sleep.
Hmm?
Everybody has to sleep. That makes sense.
Exactly. Only coward attack when someone's sleeping.
Yeah. I heard you committed a murder on the road.
No? Wait, why? Why? Are you helping them or are you helping us?
I'm just here. I'm not helping anybody. Just trying to get some information. I could be able to help you if you have the right information available.
Okay, I tell you what you want to know and you let me free. Help me kill dwarf.
I'm not saying I'm gonna let you free, but I
you
might be
help
able
me
to help
kill
you.
dwarf?
No, I'm not making any promises there. Need more information on the Veds.
What you want to know?
Are you sure they don't have something there that is really dangerous?
I don't know. I haven't been there, but Veds themselves not dangerous to me. Maybe to you, if you weak.
I'm pretty strong.
Okay, then not scary for you then.
The dwarves here want to know if you know anything. There was somebody murdered on the road, I guess. Do you know anything about that?
I know kill nobody on road. We
Yeah,
from hills.
You didn't hear about it?
No.
Did you see anybody kill someone on the road?
Oh, you speak giant too?
I do.
What about the other ones?
Some of them.
Can I talk to them too?
Sure, if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Max doesn't speak giant, does he?
I thought the whole party now speaks giant.
Oh, we all do. Okay.
Hello.
Sure, come on over, folks.
The high, I guess.
Oh, I not meet so many different creatures that speak giant. Impressive. Hard language to learn for not actual giant. Nice to meet you. He looks towards Oz.
No, not nice meet you.
Why?
Your kind do terrible thing.
No.
Enslave other creature. Creature like me.
No, I never take no orc slave.
Not today, but what about other day?
Never take orc slave.
Whatever, liar.
I no lie. Oh, he gets like angry and
Okay,
starts like thrashing
don't
a bit.
provoke.
The dwarf says, "Ah, what do you tell him? What are you saying?"
Oz, go talk to the horse again.
Okay.
Okay, so they said they don't know anything about the murder on the road. They're not part of the Ved Giants, but they say they're stronger than the Veds. They're very impressed that we all speak giant. Yeah, they didn't have a ton of information to share, unfortunately.
You sure?
You have any more specific questions? I'll ask them.
Not really. We were just told to try to get what we can from him. Unless you want to know anything specific.
I want to see if I have a sense of whether I think they were being honest. I feel like they're not smart enough, probably, to lie to me, but I don't know.
Yeah, this giant seems not being... It seems to be truthful in everything he's been saying to you.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like there's any
sounds like they
elaborate
don't-
lies going on.
They don't know much. They said they were just sleeping when you all came upon them, so.
Alright then.
Is that true?
Yes, that's true. Yeah. Very clever plan we came up with. Anyway, they ain't got much to say, then kind of unhilts his battle axe that he takes off. Might as well speed this up a bit.
Kill them for what?
They're giants.
Yeah, they are.
They were wanted dead or alive.
I don't know that I ask the best questions, so it might be good to have somebody smarter than me interview them also.
Don't sell yourself short. I'm satisfied with the information.
Okay, then I kill giants.
She
The
would
doors
really
look
like
at
to
each
do
other.
it if you don't mind.
Sure.
I'll go over to the two giants and I'll stand in front of them. You
Ooh,
lucky.
hello.
This time I not feed you to your friend.
What?
And then I will chop into the first one.
Where's that hit?
Yep, hold on.
So brutal to do it while they're manacled.
Oh, I actually miss.
You like slice down into the ground and the giants freak out and they both I guess we should just roll some quick initiative because they are kind of formidable.
Yeah, I don't know if the manacles are gonna hold them.
Yeah, they'll make some quick checks now that their like lives are in danger.
God damn it. The one time.
At least you didn't hit the actual manacle.
I
should
rolled
have
that. Might have.
some hill giants.
Oh my gosh, that would be something.
There they are. They don't have their clubs, but there are two of them. And we'll leave the dwarves out of it for now, just so you guys get your solo XP. But
So weird that you have this different carousel, John.
yeah, I think I got the wrong module, but
I don't know if I like or dislike this one better. I'm not sure. Or like if I like this one or the old one more. Like there's something I do like about this one.
oh no, I didn't want this. This one's more fitting. Alrighty, get these hill giants in here. Katara, you have initiatives. The giants struggle against their chains and manacles. The dwarves kind of get... they were kind of holding the chains in place, and they kind of are fighting against the giants as they pull against it. And combat starts. You go
Man,
first.
you screwed that one up.
I was tired.
Let me just
I
actually... Sorry, let me just move... Oop, I like borked it. Okay, there we go. Just going to move them up here. Let's say they were like this. Oz was here trying to kill that one. You guys are kind of like watching. And yeah, we're good.
I will move up and rage, and then can I also attack?
Yes. Single attack. Are you attacking the one Oz went after, or the other one? I believe he went after
the one
this
Oz
one.
attacked.
The one Oz attacked. 32 definitely does hit. Ugh. Anything else?
Nope.
I see you have a note here. Did you power attack?
I don't
I
see
don't
power
think I
attack.
did.
No, there's no power attack on there.
Okay. It just says if power attack, then intimidate check. I'm just checking.
Oh, yeah. No, I thought I couldn't because I moved.
Nope. You can do. You can activate a feat.
I will keep that in mind.
Yeah. Gamix, you're up.
I mean, if this is what we're doing now, I guess.
Yeah. Killing chained up people.
I mean, if they were sentenced to death, I was just doing their job.
True.
Put them out of their misery sooner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was the idea, because I would have hit them for 63 points of damage, so...
I'll step up behind them and,
Extendo arm beats.
yeah.
Go gadget arm.
Alright.
$25 is indeed enough to hit. I assume you're all just going after this giant here.
Yeah.
All right. Some fire damage. Ugh. And is this bleeding thing happening as well?
Yeah, it's on the monsters round, though.
Okay. Anything else from you, Gamix?
I think that's it.
All right, Dot. You're up.
Alright, I'm going to hit them with a frost bomb.
Okay. Go for it. While you're like getting your bomb ready and all these attacks go into this hill giant, he says, "Why are you hurting me? I thought we were friends." And you chuck a frost bomb onto the giant for 29, I guess, ice damage. Oh my god, he's still standing though.
Oh, I wouldn't have taken them out with that exit. Damn.
He will make a check to try to break his manacles. Oh, what?
The frost bomb, he needs to succeed
Oh.
on a fort save
Or be
or
staggered?
be staggered.
Ooh. I'm assuming that beats your save, but good reminder. Your reflex was 21 on the firebomb, so I'm assuming it's probably 21 for...
Yeah, 21, yeah.
21. All right, the next giant watches you pummel his friend and says, "You're no friends. You tried to kill me, kill you." Oh no, they're not. They're weakened. They've been traveling. They've been being pushed to
Making
to...
excuses for him, John.
They're trying to break out of these manacles, but they're holding fast. The dwarves, they use their turn to kind of pull them and keep them in place. Akazira.
Dwarves say your turn to die for what you did.
Oh, dwarf.
Sorry, have to do.
No, the dwarf is a coward. They're cowards. 17.
God.
Yeah, that's not enough. You'll scrape the side of him as he kind of moves to the side. As the axe plunges into the ground, causing a little tremor.
Not hit today.
Did you turn on your rage?
Oh, no, I did not. I forgot to rage.
Yeah, I raged. I was waiting to do
Well, I see
my
reckless
amplified
rage.
You'd think you'd be raging at this point.
Yeah, but that should, why is that actually coming up with something? That should be a 0 when I'm not raging.
It says you have reckless rage turned on. I don't know. Anyway, you can figure that out. But Katara, your turn.
Okay, so power attack, I forget, is it single or full attack power attack?
It's part of any attack. Anytime you're attacking, you just
So I
choose
can do
to
a
check
full
power
attack?
attack. Well, you have to check power attack on the thing.
I thought I did.
You did.
Here.
Yeah.
Yep.
24 is enough to hit. Your second one will miss, but your first one will definitely hit. And you can tell me how you end this poor giant's life, if you wish.
Shouldn't have been a giant. We weren't ever your friend.
No.
Poor
Why?
giant's life. He would have been miserable for whatever time until they killed him.
Now the question is, does the Intimidate only work on the target you attacked, or can you do it on this guy now?
I'm looking for where the thing is for it.
Let's see.
Well, we can apply it afterwards. Let's just move along while you look that up. Gamex.
It says your opponent. I feel like it's the one you attacked.
Makes
so
sense,
not
because
the
it's
other
like you
one.
hurt them and then you have a chance to like intimidate them. But yeah,
Yeah.
you missed the second attack, so Gamex.
Alright, I guess I'll punch the other one now.
Yeah, you go up and you start looking at him. He says, "Don't follow your friends. They're murderers. I'm chained up. This isn't honorable."
No, unfortunately I don't make the rules.
You say that and you give him a good punch in the snout as he staggers back from that
Snout.
nice 32. Oh. He's still standing tall, though. Do you have any other... You can do a full attack. Do you have a second attack or anything? What's your BAB? It should be 6 at this point, right? Combat. BAB. Oh, no, it's plus... Oh, no, yeah, you got 6. So you got 2 attacks if you just want to do another fist. It'll just be a -5.
I did not remember that.
That one, I think that will hit. That will just do it. And you'll give him another punch in the gut. As flames rip across him. Dot, you ready another bomb, and he looks to you now. He says, "Please have mercy. I'm chained up. At least free me so I can fight back. This is disgraceful."
Sorry. I'm using fire bombs.
And now you switch to fire. Alright, you throw a firebomb. That's against touch. That definitely will hit. Oof, 35 fire damage. He's barely still alive as the fire rips across him.
Damn.
And he has one chance. He just tries. All he can do is just try to break these damn manacles. Ooh.
Hey.
I don't think that's good enough to break metal manacles, but we'll check. Because you know what? That's all he can do. And he's going to try to do it, you know? Breaking objects. Manacles. Manacles. Break DC is 26. Oh no. Oh,
Sorry,
he
bud.
tries. A little hairline crack comes across them, and a glimmer of hope is in his eyes, but it's quickly extinguished as the dwarves pull him back, and the chains hold as Akazira is going to try to do some killing.
Right this time.
Turn on your rage, babe.
I'm not a failure. Watch me botch again.
There we go. 63 points of damage as you take this giant down. And he says, "No." And he kind of chokes onto himself and falls to his knees and falls
You know
over.
what I should have done? Damn it! I forgot. I should have used my Furious Focus. Oh well. I'll remember next time.
The dwarves kind of relax a bit and say, "Ah, I'm glad you helped us take him down, but what's wrong with you? How did you miss him? He was standing right there."
She must be a little distracted or something.
Not on mind.
Happens to the best of us. Performance anxiety. They nod between each other.
Yep.
Well, we'll drag these back to the city. Thank you for your help.
Of course.
Yeah, we're heading to the city also.
Well, we'll be taking some time here. Our horses needed a break anyway. We'll see you around. Thank you,
All right.
citizens.
Be safe.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And they'll just go talking amongst themselves, kind of dragging the bodies off the side. And
now we did commit murder on the road. But this was like sanctioned by guards, so.
Sanctioned murder.
Yeah, state-sponsored murder.
Yep. It's fine.
Yep.
Totally fine.
And you guys can make your way to the city without any other significant encounters. There are some people walking here and there. I assume you don't want to talk to them. There's no one like special or out of the ordinary. It's kind of just ordinary people, hoods on.
Nobody with griffins.
Nobody with griffins or anything out of the ordinary. So you let me know if you're interested in just talking to a random person. If not, they're kind of run of the mill, just everyday people. There's no like out of place person or something that catches your eye. But if you don't
Yeah,
wish
I
to,
wouldn't be talking to anybody.
sure.
I don't
So, yeah.
know if anybody else wants to.
You know me, I love talking to people.
Yeah, that's true. You're probably gonna stop and talk to damn everybody.
As long
If
as nobody
there's-
looks like they're pulling somebody along in chains, we're all fine.
Nope.
Or I'm fine.
No.
If there's any word I would say to describe Gamix, it would be chatterbox.
You actually did remind me though, and I did have to make a roll, and it was a pass. And there will be a random halfling that will kind of double take at you, Gamix, as they're passing. They like look at you, and then they kind of look away, and then they look back, and they're like, "Whoa, excuse me."
Uh-oh. Are you Fisty McFistface?
Are you Fisty McFistface? Can I get your autograph? And he like scrambles
Heard me all the way
for.
out here.
Yes. I'm a big fan of the fighting rings. And he like pulls out a notebook, and he flips to an empty page. As he flips through, you see there's other like signatures, and he flips to an empty page, and he's, "Oh, here, please." Oh, he like marvels at the way you give your signature, and he'll close in and thank you. He says, "Thank you. How much? The other fighter I encountered said it was a platinum piece. Is that what you charge?"
Yeah.
Ah, okay. And he like digs through his coin purse and pulling out platinum, hands it to you.
I can't believe you're taking money.
Thank you so much. I will cherish this till the day I die. And he scurries off. Yeah, you guys can get to the city. The guards will stop you and question you a bit, but if you want to produce
Well,
your...
two of us are staying outside.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So before you get to the city, you guys pull off to the
Yeah.
side. What do you guys do? Do you pull off to the side? Do you walk a ways away? Like, what do you do exactly? The city's
We
like
were
in
some
sight.
distance
And then...
away from the city
Okay.
when we had decided to stop.
Right, and I guess you go off the road and just
Yeah.
off to the side. How far away do you want to get?
It was like a few hundred feet, if I remember right. So like we
Okay.
weren't completely out of sight, but far enough that somebody wouldn't immediately recognize who we were.
Sounds good. You guys can set up a little campfire or something and share a meal while your other party members head into the city. The guards will immediately start to question you, but you can produce your token if you want, and they'll kind of identify it and say, "Oh, okay, come right in." And you can kind of walk straight in. And you're in the city. Where would you like to go? Straight to the mayor again?
I think so, yeah. I mean, we have
Yeah.
the gem now.
Excellent. You head straight to the mayor's kind of area. The guards are actually the ones that initially met you. They're on duty this time again. They'll recognize you without you producing your token. And they'll wave you in. And your gnome mage will greet you in kind of like a parlor area that you're escorted to. And he'll say, "Oh, you're back so quick."
Yep.
Yes.
That was efficient. We have the item.
Excellent, excellent. Where is it?
Here.
Oh, he carefully takes it, examines it. This is perfect. We'll give you your answer to what you're afraid. You want us to. You want an answer of what to expect in this place, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think this will just take a day or two. If you want to make yourselves comfortable in the city, there's many good inns. Or if you want to do your own thing, that's fine.
I think we'll do our own thing. Thank you, though.
Okay. Well, if you decide to stay in any of the inns here, just show them that token and your stay will be free. Of course, don't order unlimited drinks or anything, but you can have like a few.
Any place that
Thanks.
sells buffalo cauliflower?
I'm sure you can make a request from the chefs with that token. Like I said,
Alright.
just don't go crazy. Just be responsible. But yes, thank you. Where should we send word to you once we have what you're looking for?
Oh, we'll just check back in tomorrow and then the day after if you're not ready.
Okay, give us 2 days at minimum, and we should have your answer.
Okay. Yeah, we'll be back in 2 days.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And he'll scurry on up to another room, presumably to go talk to the mayor. And you guys are free to go and free to do whatever you'd like within the city. Or do you head back to your party members?
Well, Dad, I feel like we should stay with the party, but I don't know. Free stay in the city sounds kind of nice.
It does.
Darn.
I mean, do you think they'd be too worried if we just took a couple of days, stayed in the city?
Yes. Yes, if we did come back today, I think they would be concerned.
Well,
We're
what do
not
you
doing this job to be comfortable.
I mean, it's a bonus if we can be comfortable while
I
doing the job.
know, the whole... Ugh, I wish we could have all come together. But I wouldn't want Oz to worry, so I'm gonna head back.
Okay. I suppose I will too.
Yeah.
People in inns get so fussy with, they say I make too much noise.
They do. That has been a complaint of you lately. Why is that?
They're just wimps.
They're noise wimps.
Yes, yes. I can't help that they have exceptionally good hearing. I'm not making the slightest sound.
I mean, I guess you haven't woken me up while I've been sleeping, right?
Exactly.
And we don't even have walls between us when we're just out camping. So, must be in their heads.
Exactly.
Maybe they just
It's
have
probably,
a thing against you. Maybe they think you smell weird.
it's probably some bard that's like using a sound to make it sound like it's me.
Oh. Tricky.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Can't
you
trust the bards.
You guys are talking about this as you walk back out of the city and back to your party members. And it's a good point to bring up that you have not been sleeping up to this point, Dot. But in between those few days where you could be overproductive, the last few days you haven't been able to do that. But you still have been feeling like energized and able to prepare your spells and everything. But it is at this point that you start to feel the effects of not being as energetic. AKA the buff should be taken off you now. And you feel a little tired. Not like you have to go to sleep, but it's finally, you're not like super hyper or you're not super energetic as you were. And yeah, the party members come
well.
back to the little campsite here and see. Was Oz and Gamix chatting about anything while you were waiting, or?
I don't really think
Yeah.
so.
Chatterbox, come on. What was he
Unless
saying?
Gamex had something to talk about.
I think Gamex was just telling a whole story.
Well, that's how
I'd love to
Oz
hear
has
it.
a bit to talk about.
I think they were having a rap battle.
No, it looks like they were just kind of reflecting on their past a bit here, silently reflecting.
Well, you were
Gamix,
making food, right, Oz?
yeah,
Probably.
Oz was cooking a bit, and maybe Gamix was reflecting on their infamy in this part of the world. That the news just traveled about their exploits, but
Also, Oz, did you rest from the last night? Because we stayed one night before we
No, I
left
did
for
briefly
Lighthouse.
rest. Yeah.
You should do that, because you're not at full.
Yeah,
I mean, it won't put me to full, but
It'll get
There
you
we go.
closer.
yeah, every
I have
little
a lot
bit
of hit
helps.
points.
And yeah,
Aren't you fancy?
in the middle of your silent reflections, you guys look up and you see Dot and Katara headed toward your camp. And soon they're with you, and you guys are all together. You guys can chat about what's happened, what's the plan, and what you want to do now.
We're back.
Congrats.
I don't kill anyone. I didn't do it.
I can confirm.
We could have stayed in the city for free. That would have been nice, but we wanted to come back to you so you didn't worry and so we could all be together.
I could have killed someone.
You didn't do it, remember?
I didn't do it.
I mean, you literally did kill someone today, but that was...
No, that was yesterday.
sanctioned.
Oh, yeah, I guess giants count as things.
Yeah, they do.
Hmm. You think they weren't
Giants are
slavers?
people too.
What?
I was saying giants are people too.
They're giants. Well, those are no longer giants. They're just dead, I guess.
I don't know. Maybe they were slavers. Maybe they weren't. But
They said
it
not
wasn't-
orcs, but they didn't say anything else, so...
right.
That's true. It's a little suspicious.
Damn, we should have asked their names.
Why?
I don't know. It's probably a good idea.
Oh, they
Like,
have
what
names?
if I don't know. I was just thinking, like, what if the Veds are like, you know, what if we demoralize them by telling them, oh yeah, we killed your brother or whatever.
Damn.
But they said they weren't related to the Veds.
They're all related a little bit, right? They all
I
look
don't
the
know.
same.
It sounds kind of racist, but... Oh, I know. What'd you make for lunch, Oz?
I make stew.
How did it turn out?
Trader stew?
Not the greatest
Turned
in
out
for
okay.
Oz, but in general, it's very good.
Pretty tasty.
Yeah, but not quite up
I
to
not have
Oz's.
lots of ingredient left. Make lots of food for parents, not bring much extra food.
Yeah, if you weren't so busy hitting on my mom, maybe you would have thought about picking up some extra ingredients.
I mean, your mom is kind of hot.
Lord. Gamex, you too?
Not Gamax's style.
Yeah.
Gamax more dad person.
Okay.
I'm not gonna dignify that with a response.
Except you just did. You responded.
Ladies, gentlemen, got
Get fisted.
No. I'll have some lunch, though. Maybe if you want tomorrow, we can go into the city and pick up some ingredients if you tell us what you'd like.
Okay. I think about.
What you want to cook.
Here your stew.
We gave them the gem, and they said in 2 days they should have information for us. So Dot and I will go back in 2 days to meet with the mayor's mage. And then we'll see where we go from there.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys want to do for the next couple days?
That was my question. What would you guys like to do in your little downtime
Preempted you.
here? If
I
you
feel
don't
like
have any...
Oz needs some release, so I'll probably try and give her some couple time.
Time? Oh, I thought
Blow
maybe
off
you.
some steam.
I thought you were still
Yeah.
mad at me over killing that man.
I'm still
It's
mad
been
at
a
you.
couple
But...
of weeks, so
Oh no, it hasn't been that long. Oz would die.
Us would die.
Anything specific you guys want to get up to in the city or anything? If not, we can kind of like time skip this with just the general stuff you'd be doing.
I want to start working on some alchemy stuff.
Sure. What did you want to work on?
That deodorant stuff that I was making.
Sure, you want to
Before
get another
the-
attempt?
Yes. I was looking up the DC and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you can tell me the gold cost in DC, I can put it in my little calculator here, and then I can let you know how many you make, etc.
All right, DC is 25, and the price is 30 GP.
30 GP, and sorry, what was the DC?
25.
25. Okay, give me a alchemy check. Or I guess you can give me 2 for the 2 days you're chilling and hanging out. Okay, so day 1 is a fail, but you don't fail by more than 5. Oh no! Both are fails, but you don't lose your materials, because I think it's if you lose by 5 or something, you lose the materials or something. So you just, something goes wrong in the formulae, and they don't come out quite right. But no gold was lost.
Dot is disappointed.
Yeah, this one has eluded you 3 times now. Tricky, tricky. But that's okay. Anyone else doing anything over these 2 days that we need to note or do anything? Looking for anything to buy or anything?
Oh, I mean, I would go get whatever groceries
Yeah.
Oz asked for, if so, but that's
Yeah,
fine.
if you flash the token, you can get them free of charge. If you want to do that. If you don't, then it'll probably just be like 5 gold worth of stuff, but it's up to you. Do you flash the token?
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
We're
You-
not staying there, so we're staying
Exactly,
there.
yeah. That's why, yeah. So you can get some free groceries. And yeah, you guys can eat well and cook and stuff, and then the second day comes. Who's going to go check in with the mayor? Or the
Me and
maid?
Dot.
Alright, same group. Alright, you leave
and
Oz. You leave...
No, me and Dot. Me go.
Miko.
Okay.
You leave Oz and Gamex back behind again, and they can chat or silently reflect again, staring at the ground or avoiding conversation or whatever they do. And you two can head back to the mayor's office. You'll be quickly ushered in with the token showing, and the mage looks very pleased. He says, "Oh, we found a lot. We found out a lot. The mayor wants to tell you himself." So he'll usher you in, and this dwarf that I described to you before, I don't know, did I give you his name? I don't know if you guys ever asked. Well, I'm not going to repeat it in case he doesn't
the
introduce
mayor?
himself. Yeah. It's not important. He doesn't introduce himself and he doesn't quiz you, so it's up to you if you want to address him by his name or not. I don't recall if you guys asked or not.
I
But
think I would just say Mayor.
yeah,
Greetings,
that's fine.
Mayor.
Yeah, he has his blonde beard, and he kind of strokes it as you guys are coming in. And he says, "I found out what you're looking for, I think. So you're worried about
Excellent.
Great.
the Ved's secret weapon.
Yes.
Well, have you heard of a Droka swarm before?"
Droka Swarm? No.
Did we fight? Were those the things we fought in one of the early episodes of the last game?
I don't think so. I think this is a new mob
Okay,
I've never
that's not
used.
the thing that does the buzz thing.
Oh, no. It does. It has a similar thing, but not. Yeah, it's not that. He says, "It's a bunch of tiny undead, twisted and rolling faces in a cloud, and they do
Ew.
some weird things. Yes, they constantly emit an aura of fear, I don't know if you've ever faced something like that. But essentially, you'll have to be steadfast in your will. DC 18 to overcome its aura of fear. They're also incorporeal. And they're a swarm.
What does that mean?
So it's like translucent. So you need magic weapons to hit them.
They exist between the material plane and the
I was
ethereal
mostly
plane.
asking as my character because they would
okay.
not know the word incorporeal.
Gotcha.
But I forget. So, our weapons are magic, though. Is that enough?
Yes, it's enough to hit them, but you'll only be half as effective because, as that funny voice just said, they're between this plane and the ethereal. So, unless you have a special weapon property called Ghost Touch, then you can hit them for your full impact. Otherwise, you'll just be doing half as effective.
And you said there are swarms, so what is that?
It means there are a bunch of little things, so you normally can't even hit them. But if you get a special item, which out of character I think you all got, I think it's called a Swarmbane Clasp or something.
Yep.
It'll let you hit them well.
How are they able to auto kill?
You're not there.
You're
But
not there.
I'm just reminding.
yes.
Do they have any ability to just kill you out of nowhere?
Yes. We learned about that. They do this thing where they project death into the area. It's a cry of mournful wails that'll fill your ears, and you'll first need to be steadfast again with your will. And if you don't, then you'll need to be quite fortuitous, or you'll fall dead. Even if you are you have very good fortitude, you'll still take a lot of damage from the whale.
How strong do you have to be against the whale? Do you know?
Out of character, he'll explain that you need to be around a DC 18 will save, and same fort save or die.
Is there anything we can do besides just saving, like to protect ourselves?
Of course! A classic clerical spell, silence. If you can't say anything, either can it, and you won't be able to make any noise.
Is that something you think you could do, Dot?
I don't think Dot can, but
No.
I think Gamex can.
Anti-paladin, bard, cleric, oracle, inquisitor, mesmerist, psychic.
Oh, guess not.
I'm already looking through my sheet.
This is also an ability that affects your mind. So if you can somehow be immune to that, you won't have to even worry about it. But otherwise,
is it a
you'll...
mind control effect?
What's that?
Is it a mind control effect?
It's a mind-affecting fear effect.
Okay, it's a fear effect. So I get a bonus against it. I get a pretty sizable bonus against it.
If you have a way to...
I might even get...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
Oh. If you have a way to make it so you can't hear it, you won't be... I think you can get some earwax to block out some of the sound, but it won't be 100%.
So I have an item that this plain iron band protects its wearer from fear effects. Whenever the wearer suffers a fear effect, she is merely shaken. Would that be a fear effect, John?
It is a mind-affecting fear effect. I guess so.
Yeah.
What item is that?
Some random item.
The stalwart item. It's a random item that we got off of something, and I put it on my head, and I've been wearing it like most of the campaign, and it's super expensive. It also raises my will save against fear, and if I have the bravery class feature, I'm considered 4 levels higher for that purpose.
Relevant against its aura of fear?
Yep. Like, it's very fun when we run into these random things, John, that were just like random monster drops, and it's like, oh, super relevant for who knows what reason.
Other than that, the only thing that it does is it's a normal swarm. It flies, and I don't know if you've fought swarms before, but they don't need to try to hit you. They just go all over you, and so they'll guarantee hit you, and they drain your blood if they do that. Which will just, out of character, it'll just drain your con by 1d2 every time.
This is very helpful information. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. We learned a lot with that gem you provided. I also was told that you did me a favor by executing some giants on the way here.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
we
we
did.
saw some of your guards, so we wanted to see if, since we speak giant, if we could get anything helpful, but they didn't have anything to share. So
Yeah, giants are
the
pretty
guards,
dumb, but I appreciate
yeah,
it.
well,
But
we thought they might know something about that murder on the road, or you know, the other giants in the area, but they didn't. So at the guards' request, we took care of them.
But the guards told me there were 4 of you. What are the rest of your friends?
Oh, they have some work that they're doing, trying to get prepared for the giants.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, we didn't need all of us to hike back and forth.
Well, anything else you want to know that maybe I overlooked? I pretty much told you all about it.
Yeah, that was a lot of information.
We really
Any
appreciate
other
it.
questions you have, Dot?
Not that I can think of. I mean, it's pretty much, you know, we've learned, I think, all that we can, and now it's just a matter of preparing ourselves for this.
Yep.
Well, I hope you can take care of this. If you do, that'll be a nice reward for you.
Yeah, well, if we can't take care of it, it'll take care of us. So.
I hope not. I've been hearing tales
Me too.
that you've been taking out a lot of these giants for us, so we appreciate it.
Indeed, we are doing our best.
Yeah, you let me know if there's anything else we can help you with this preparations. You can let Hydros know. I'm sure he has some magics that could be of help if you need it.
Well, yeah, we'll talk to him before we head out, just in case, you know, any additional buffs wouldn't hurt us.
All right, perfect. Yeah, you guys can head out, and Hydros is kind of just standing by the door. As you come out, he says, "Oh, that went well. He was barely even angry."
Why would he have been angry?
You know,
This is a blue dragon.
tempers flare with dwarves and giants. It's a ancient feud between their people. Gets very touchy on this subject. Oh, but I overheard you said you wanted to ask me for any help. What is it you wanted to any help with?
Is there any way that you can help us do the silence spell? If we can't learn it easily ourselves.
Let me think. I think that one is out of wizard sphere. Yes, I'll need a cleric for that one. And they'll have to be with you. It does last a short amount of time. Although we could perhaps
Can I, like,
made
put
a-
it in something that we can release it from, or?
Yes, I
don't
was
know.
just thinking perhaps we can leverage our town cleric to put this on a stone or something, and you can carry it around, but it'll be kind of pricey to make it permanent.
How much do you think?
Let me think. Permanency is something I can do, so I can. Oh, this is to yourself. This will be some sort of item creation then.
Unless we want somebody to be permanently silent. Don't start. Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
I mean, I'm already part of the way there, so might as well just commit.
No. We want you to talk more and her to talk less.
I'd
Yes.
argue that's a bad idea, but I think I'd be wrong.
We'll have to get. This will be a tough endeavor. We'll have to be creating some sort of item to do this. Roughly, I think around 6,000 gold should cover it.
Do you know if we have that much?
No, not on us. We'd have to check with our other party members.
Hmm. You don't have a cleric amongst you?
Unfortunately, not.
Hmm.
I typically tend to people's wounds as needed.
Can any of you just cast scrolls that you normally can't? I know that's something adventurers typically can do.
I
Just
am
magic device.
I'm moderately able to use magical devices.
So it's not a guarantee. Because
If I were to represent it with a numerical value, I would say it would be like a +3.
That's
oh.
not
Oh.
that's not moderate.
Oh, then barely at all, you're saying. Um, I believe you need to hit a 20 to cast a scroll or something like that. So you don't might not want to put that on the line, a risk. Hmm. Hmm. What are the rules for wands? Can you get a wand of silence?
I think so, but it's spell completion, I thought, which means you can't use it
You would
without
still
the
need to use
spell.
magic device, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, brainstorm with your friends. I will do some research to see if there's a way, an item or something I can do for you. But yes,
Can we buy any, I don't know, like earplugs or wax or something in
yes.
town?
Out of character, they will give you a bonus. They won't make you immune.
Right. I just figure we'll take all that we get.
Yes. Where is this item? Wax of Defiance? Is this oh, that's like a specific one against charms and compulsions. So you don't need that. You just need earplugs, which are just, so they'll just give you +2 bonus, flat bonus, a circumstance bonus. They require hearing, but also cause a -5 penalty against hearing-based perception checks while you have them in. And he'll give them to you for free. They're cheap. So he'll just give you some like little cork ear plugs. He'll give you enough for the whole party.
Do you happen to know, are there any alchemists around town?
Yes. There is an alchemy shop that you can go into. I'm sure there's a few alchemists bugging around there.
Wonderful. I would like to visit them before we take our leave.
Anything
Sounds
else?
good. No, when should we check back in with you to see if you have any other ideas for the silencing?
Whenever you're ready to go on your end, you can come see me and I'll tell you what I found out.
Okay. Thank you so much for your help.
No problem.
I will give him a gold.
Oh, no, thank you. I'm well compensated by the crown here.
Just a tip for your helpfulness.
It's okay. No worries. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. And here's a good place to take a break. But while we're on break, Jess, was there anything specific you were going to look for at the alchemist shop so I can prepare for it? Or
So I'm wanting to. I'm actually trying to figure out how to make ghost salt weapon blanch, but it doesn't have like the DC. So
okay, I'll look into that.
Okay.
Otherwise, let's go on break. are back. And I believe there is some alchemy shop you want to visit to learn how to make some ghost blanch. So yeah, you can visit the shop. And out of character, your question was you were looking for the DC in price. If you want to just flat out buy it from here, it'll cost you 200 gold. If you want to craft it yourself, it's the half cost plus your discount or whatever, your 5% or whatever you have. And the DC is 25 to craft ghost salt.
All right.
Ghost salt?
Yes. And just to remind you that this is only good for one hit. So there, a lot of people always rail on this item because you put it on and then you go to attack and it's gone after one hit. So kind of, I don't want to say it sucks, but it sucks that it doesn't last for at least a few hits or something. So I just want to make you aware of that before you go in all this. It's still good. A one hit of doing 100% damage is better than nothing, I guess, right?
True.
Especially if it's literally 100% of your damage.
Mm-hmm. True. And you can craft it cheaper than buying it, so.
Yeah.
It's just even how they like describe you putting it on your weapon would makes me feel like that it should last more than just one hit, but yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, once it scrapes even a little bit in any way, it's all gone. That's sort of the premise behind why it ends up working that way.
Well, I still think maybe making, maybe 3 of these if we can.
Yeah, I think especially with like Oz doing like one big damage shot will probably be good enough, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
She doesn't fail again.
Well, even it only works when you hit anyway. So even if
it's a scratch off thing, so when it like hits the thing,
so you don't lose it.
No.
So yeah, you can gather the raw materials to craft this yourself, and you can give me a crafter check.
Before I do that, I'm going to take one of my extracts.
Ooh, yes. That will give you, what does it give you? +5 luck bonus on the next craft skill check. Excellent. Does Tears to Wine help this at all as well?
I'm not sure. Let me see.
Oh, I think because you're theoretically crafting over multiple hours, and Tears to Wine at this level only lasts.
Yeah.
It'll last you an hour and a bit. Yeah, I think it's 10 minutes per level.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was a good thought.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I will. Okay, let me do the craft alchemy.
Do the thing. Oh. Yeah, so you're not in a rush to do this, so you could take a few days to just make some. But first day doesn't go well. And I believe that failed by 5 or more, so you do lose some of the gold here. Let me just...
Well, with my luck bonus?
Oh, it's not in there. Sorry. I thought you had it in there.
No.
So that's a 24. So yeah, no lost materials, but no success either. But over the course of the few days, what are you guys doing before you make multiple of these checks? Is there anything else you guys want to do while Dot's trying to craft you some ghost blanch? Anyone else? Anything else anyone else is doing?
I'm just trying to keep Oz occupied.
Yeah.
Sure. How about you, Gamix? Anything you want to get up to or anything specific?
Not that I can think of at the minute.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys can keep thinking if there is anything. Until then, Dot, you can give me a few more checks, and we can see how many days it takes you to make.
Okay.
You wanted like 3 or something, right? So.
Right. I want to make 3.
Yeah, that's fine. DC's 25. Ooh, and you got a 35. There we go. Or 40 with your crafters. If you cast it again, which I assume you will do. So
yeah, I have a lot of like first levels, so I would just, since I'm going to be crafting and not fighting, I would just devote like my first level spells to making the crafter's fortune.
Oof. Yeah. So you could definitely make one of these. Haven't lost any materials, so 3 days you have one. Give you another check. Ooh, natural 20. There we go. And yeah, so now you have 2, and you wanted 3, I think, right?
Right.
So one more good check, and you're good. That is enough with your crafter's fortune. So yeah, you can have 3 and just minus. What is the math here? You did a total of. So you have a 5% extra discount, right?
Yes.
So you did a total of that times 3, and then that times, you get basically a 55% discount. 330 gold it'll cost you to make these 3.
Can you minus that from the sheet, Steve? Do we have that one?
How much was it again?
330.
300.
330. Okay, I did hear that right. Yeah, one sec. Gotta get to the right sheet. It's in a backpack that's in a backpack. Oh, jeez. I keep forgetting just how much gold is in these bags now. I keep getting so much.
Never enough.
Cool. Alright, done.
All right. And then the other thing I'd like to get while I'm here is holy water.
Yes. How much of that would you like?
Well, I would say, 4 or 5 vials of it.
You can take that for free. If you mention this is to deal with the giants, they'll gladly provide that. And while you're doing this, the cleric will mention that you should go see Hydros, because he's come up with an idea and they've crafted an item to help you, although it's not perfect. If you can't think of anything else to deal with the silence,
Oh,
or to give you
wonderful.
silence.
I will do that.
Did you want to go as a party, or do you want to just go yourself? What would you
Just
like?
the 2 of us.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Sure. You both can see Hydros, and he'll be excited to see you. And you'll say, "Oh, I came up with a brilliant solution, although it's not perfect." Have you ever heard of a chime of resounding silence?
Not me.
Well, it's an item that when you use it only can be used once per day, but it will create silence for 5 times 6, 30 seconds. But each time passes, there's a 20% chance that the silence will break, and it accumulates. So every time, it could break the more time that passes. So I would just get this ready for when it does its thing and counter it with this.
Thank you.
Yeah, that could work.
It does the breaking of it causes a magic to explode out from it. It's a spell called Shout. So it's kind of like absorbing the sound over time, and then it kind of has to release it, and it will shoot it in a random direction. If you're not familiar with
Could
this,
be at us.
yeah, could be. Unless you, I guess, if you throw it in the middle of the giants or something, it'll hit the giants. But if you hang on to it, it'll shoot it a random direction. If you're
Seems like the perfect kind of thing for, like, I don't know, somebody that can throw anything as as an ability could do.
But yes, when it explodes, it'll emit an ear-splitting yell that will deafen and damage creatures in its path. Any creature within the area will be deaf for 2d6 rounds and take 5d6 points of sonic damage. If you save, you won't be deaf, and you'll reduce the damage by half. If you expose it to any brittle or crystalline object or creature, it'll take more damage. Blah blah. Yeah, that's the main stuff about it.
Excellent. And how much is this?
That's the tricky part. It's quite pricey, but we can lend it to you, but you'll have to give it back. If you don't bring it back, which I won't blame you if you do, you'll have to give us something for it. I'm sure the mayor will take some, not expect the full value since if you're successful in killing these giants, but it is a pricey artifact. It costs 10,000 gold. So yeah, we'll lend it to you, and if you can't bring it back because you plan on throwing it at them or it breaks or something, we'll work it out. I wouldn't risk your lives to bring it back if that's what it takes. If it takes us to give you this to take care of the giants, I'm sure the mayor will understand.
All right, we'll do our best to bring it back.
Just be careful. Like I said, it can only be used once per day. And yeah, he'll hand you this magical chime of resounding silence. You can pull it out from the companion if you want. If not, don't worry about it. It's just £1. It doesn't take up a slot. So whoever can just declare they have it or plan on using it, etc., etc.
I think Dot, you'll keep it, yeah?
Yeah. I got it.
All right. Anything else I can help you with?
I don't think so right now, unless Katara has any thoughts.
No, I haven't come up with anything else.
Well, best of luck. I'm sure you'll be
Thank you.
successful with all these preparations you made.
Well, that's our motto, is we try to be as prepared as possible.
The legends come with preparation. I've heard of the tales. Everyone's talking about it now that you're in town. You've killed many giants. I'm sure you know what you're doing.
Yes. Well, hopefully, we'll be able to rid you of the concern of these vids.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you guys can make your way back to the party outside the city.
Alright, guys, so I have this. I'm going to produce a vial of the weapon blanch. This will allow you to get one good hit in on ghostly type creatures that otherwise would not be able to be hit.
That seemed very useful.
Yes.
So the swarm?
I have one for each of you. Unfortunately, it's a one-time use item, so basically once it's applied, as soon as you use your weapon again, then that's it. It's gone.
This is for the swarm?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks.
Well, I just figured it might give us a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, we need any advantage we can get. What have you guys been up to?
I not do a lot. I try figuring out a new recipe. Not very good.
Oh, for what?
I want make thing out of mushroom. Make burger out of mushroom, since we sometimes not got enough meat. Not work out very well.
No, it wasn't good.
I picked wrong mushroom.
Oh, did you get sick?
No, it just smelled real bad. But that probably because this area not good for mushroom.
What about you, Gamix?
I've been working on my arm, seeing if I can figure out any useful thing for it. Like, I managed to make it do, like, ice and fire, but...
I mean,
anything
those are
else.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not helpful against something... Was it incorporeal or whatever?
Something like that.
Do you talk about the chime and how you guys plan to
I was about
utilize
to
that?
say,
Mm-hmm.
we got this.
Do you want to explain what it is?
What,
I'll just show them.
that just
No.
that just thing that outside some people's house.
No, it's special.
It's magical.
Oh, so it played music automatically?
No, it absorbs sound. So if you strike it, it's like the spell silence.
Oh, okay. So that make things quiet.
Yes.
So it come down to this now. You not want listening to me so bad, you bring music instrument to stop me
This is
from hearing.
about the thing that could kill us. Not about you.
Oh, that thing that you said was fear and I'm not afraid of anything?
Others of us don't have that ability.
Oh, well, I thought you stay away.
No.
Okay.
So, Dot, you're gonna be in charge of the chimes?
Yes. Plus, we also
Sounds
have
good.
those scrolls of death wards, so
What do we do with
I
that
think-
again?
that's for saving against death effect.
We have scrolls of it, so you have to cast it?
Yeah, we have 3. It was what Ronald gave us.
Mm.
Yeah, just
Makes
want to
us
make
immune.
sure. Is that on your spell list? It is. Alchemist 4. So I think you just need to make a simple caster level check. I think they're pretty easy to meet for
Yeah.
something that's on your list but you don't have access to yet. I think you just have to get like a... I think it's like spell... let's double check. I remember it being pretty easy. You need to
It says-
hit... The DC is the scroll's caster level +1. So to cast a spell successfully. And I think if you fail, you have to make a DC 5 wisdom check to avoid a mishap. Natural one always fails here. But the scroll's caster level will just be the minimum for you. And to cast a level 4 spell, what level alchemist do you have to be?
Think of 10. Let me make sure.
10 for level 4? Damn. Oh, yeah, you're right. 10 for level 4. So you have to make an 11. And you roll a d20 plus 8. Oh, it's not that bad. So you have to roll a... what is it? A 3 or higher to pass?
Yes.
So, yeah,
It's not bad.
pretty good. And that will last a minute per level. So 10 minutes. So you can preemptively cast it when you think you're close to this thing. So you don't have to like do it in combat. Do you tell them about the side effect of this chime and what you plan on doing with it?
Yes, I do. Actually,
Sure.
I would. Dot's the kind of person that would probably try to explain, almost over-explain things.
I think you guys need a few days to sort this out, so you can do a demonstration with this thing. You can tell them you only can use this once per day. Like, look, this is what I plan on doing. You can boom, and then everyone can see the eye area goes silent, and then you kind of just like you aim it, you throw it, then after like 10 seconds, 12 seconds or something, it kind of shoots out this like sound wave. You kind of see blows the dust of the ground where you are, so everyone can kind of see how it works. But yeah, you can collect it and everyone can experience the weirdness of this thing.
And we are
you should
hoping
rest
we don't.
again.
Oh yeah, we have had another day, haven't we?
Mm-hmm. There's been a few days. Yeah, you can just be full HP.
Okay. That's right, it was 2 days.
And we hope we don't break it, because if we break it, we bought it.
Yeah. I feel like there's no way around breaking it, though, right? Like, isn't it gonna
does
break when
releasing
you
the sound
throw it
break
at them?
No, it's just a magical item, so it's durable. I think the main hint I was giving you out here is if you kind of toss it, it may be hard to retrieve after if you throw it in the middle of like a bunch of giants and they like step on it or break it or something.
What if we throw it into a volcano?
But then,
I have some news.
Dot will not want to throw it in. She'll say, "Why shouldn't I keep it?" But no, yeah. I was just preemptively warning you that it may not be a guarantee if you toss it somewhere. It's guaranteed to be fine and dandy. But it's a magical item. It's not going to shatter when you throw it. If that's what you were worried about. And yeah, as you see, the explosion of the shout doesn't break the item. It's intended to do this, so it's fine. Oh, actually, I missed this line. Maybe you were reading it. If dropped while vibrating, the chime automatically gains the broken condition and releases the shout effect in a random direction. So your throwing ability is actually perfect. If you throw it and it drops, it will shoot immediately, so you don't have to like wait for it to do its thing. But it will gain the broken condition, which isn't a big deal. It just can't be used again until it's repaired. A simple mending spell can repair a magical item. You just have to make sure you collect, if there's any broken pieces of it, you collect all the pieces. So yeah, it's a good thing to know that. It'll release the shout immediately when it hits the ground. So you can, it's kind of like a timed bomb. You only risk it blowing up in your hand the first round. 20% chance it blows up while you have it. But if you use it and then you throw it right away, it should be fine.
Oh dear.
But even if even if it does go poorly and it fires back at you, it's better than facing the save or die. It's like if whatever it was, you're deafened and you take some 2d6 damage. It's not a big deal.
Redundancy is the thing. We'll have this wax in our ears and...
Yeah, we're trying to do everything we can to be prepared. So you think it's worth it to throw it and not have the additional potential rounds of silence? Is that right?
I mean, it's going to depend on what the setup is once we get there. Because obviously we're not going to know exactly how everything's laid out. But at least I can throw it. If nothing else, that'll give us an advantage.
Yeah, I think the ideal is you counter its ability with this thing, and Oz takes it down in one swing or one round. If it's still up multiple rounds, it may do it again, right? So it may be worth it to try to hold on to it until you're confident it's not going to do it again. Yeah, it's a tricky situation.
Yeah, there's no one right answer that we can know in advance.
Some things, though, that are going to be very important here in this combat, though, just in case shit goes wrong. I've already got my 3 potions of lesser restoration, so that's important. I need to absolutely be able to min-max for damage. So I definitely need to have a potion of an enlarge thing in some way, shape, or form. And if there's anything that you have that is hours per level that increases damage, or tens of minutes per hour that increases damage per level, those two things will help to make sure, because I don't know how many hit points this thing is going to have, but it's going to be incorporeal. So if the Blanche should actually make it so that I don't have to worry about the incorporeal part. But like worries I have are I miss, like I literally botch like I did versus that hill giant.
Mm-hmm.
I also could get swarmed by the Veds and just go down because of that. If like for some reason we don't get a good enough like party arrangement, I don't want to die to that. I don't want us to just kind of end up losing to that. I think otherwise we've got it basically in the bag, but
Well, I guess I'm just not feeling as confident as you.
well, I'm a little nervous about this because there are going to be a number of the Veds, and it's not irrational for me to be worried that like they swarm me. They all get 2 hits on me each, and they're like 20 damage apiece, and I go down.
So out of character.
I mean, Oz isn't worried. I'm out of character worried. Oz is dead sure that she's going to defeat this thing because, I mean, to her, like, raged, with the rage and the amplified rage, I mean, Oz has 152 HP. Like,
It's not enough.
and if I go large on top of it, like, I have so much strength. So the damage potential is all there. It's just whether or not I can get Oz close enough to this thing to be able to swing on it. And in the meantime, like, you guys should be able to be working on the Veds and under the safety of the silence, so we don't have to worry about it taking you out. Because that would be my other big concern.
Yeah, I guess you should make sure that you tell Dot all of the extracts and whatnot that you want from her, so she can be working on that.
I mean, I think for the most part, the only things that are certain is the enlarge. Like, that I definitely need. And if this thing flies, obviously I might need to fly.
And haste.
And I can't do anything from haste except get the movement speed, because I do not full round attack. I very, very specifically do not full round.
And yeah, do you guys remember any information you got about the layout of this encounter?
No, I do not.
I believe you got some information from the goblin that was previously working there, so I can remind you of some things if you guys would like.
Probably have it in my notes.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm sure you took good notes, but I can just tell you from my memory as well. He warned you that they were recently brought this swarm by some wizard because of you guys. They know you by name.
Yeah, so they're likely going to know to go for Oz.
And he told you that he hadn't seen the swarm and that it was given to them as like to deploy upon you should you attack them. So you can infer from that it's ambivalent to who it attacks. So they're probably keeping it somewhere that it can't be used until you are there, and then they probably deploy it somehow. So that might be a worry or a thought of what to do. There's also the opportunity to scout. If you guys maybe buy some invis potions, or I mean, I don't want to tell you what to do. I'm just saying that you don't have to go in blind and feel stressed about that sort of thing. I'm just giving you ideas of options to try to get as much information as you can and feel more confident about it. But I don't want to like force you to run in and do things you don't want to do. If you don't want to risk. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead. I was listening and my brain thought you'd paused. Keep going.
No, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Something else that just hit me. I happened to have been glancing over the weapon Blanche. It doesn't matter if the first thing that you hit is what. Doesn't matter what the first thing that you hit.
with the Ghost Salt weapon blanches, if you hit something with it, you lose the Ghost Salt.
Yes.
So if you hit anything other than, and it has to be applied before the combat, because it takes a full round action of being rubbed into and melted onto the weapon.
Okay. So we should
yeah, so I'll make
sure
I'll
not
make
to
a
hit anything.
to make this not terrible and so that no one ever wants to use this. I'll make it, at least for now, a homebrew. You can swift action apply this to your weapon. Because doing a full round essentially means you can't do this. So, or you're going to be standing there like fools for a round.
Well, so a couple of things though that could be relevant here are that, for example, Gamax doesn't have to swing with the Golem Fist. Gamax can swing with her regular fist because it's still improved unarmed attack. Gamax can also shift the shape of her weapon, so she could have like a flippable fist. I could come in with the Fire Giant Greatsword just to be extra insulting, and then swap to the Butchering Axe when the time comes.
Sure, if you guys want to do it that way.
But
yeah, if you want to do dual weapons, one weapon ready for that, that's fine with me as well. But if you just want to have it more simplified and just make this do what it's supposed to do, I'm fine with just sacrificing a swift action to do so.
Yeah, I'm torn because I don't want ways to soften it up. I think these exist for a good purpose, and like this is an example of one of those purposes. I do think that they are a little bit weaker than they deserve to be, but I think swift action would be too strong.
I was gonna ask if someone else could apply it on their turn.
Yeah, I would allow that. So yeah, let's do this as a move/standard applicability. So yeah, maybe Swift is too strong. So yeah, we'll do a standard/move action. So you can still like move action, apply it standard attack if you're already in range, or just have it applied. So we'll just do, yeah, you can either take a standard or a move action to apply this, or help someone else to apply it with those actions.
Yeah, I think that's more reasonable for action economy, because full round, I mean, I get why they're done the way they're done, but the cost is supposed to take some of that into consideration. So
yeah, I was thinking more Swift because I know a lot of you have things that you activate with a Swift, so I was trying to like catch you on you can't rage and do this, but yeah.
Rage is a free action.
Oh, right.
Not a swift action.
Some of you have some
it
Swift
would
things,
stop Whitney from being able to do the intimidate with
yeah, I was thinking you guys had some Swift actions. I was just trying to make you choose between, but whatever. Whatever you guys think is fine. I don't know. I'm not too hung up on it. It's one attack. It's fine. But yeah, I'm just throwing that out there. You don't have to do it. If you feel like you have enough information, you want to just get to it, we can. But if you want to do some scouting somehow, if you have any creative ideas to get more information, feel free. There are multiple ways to go about this. You could...
Does anybody want to scout?
You could sending Violet to send the goblin. I'm just joking. But yeah, you could... Yeah.
We could try and get invisibility for you, who's already still here.
We've already got... I've got a potion of invisibility already.
I have a potion of invisibility, I have a scroll of invisibility, and I know invisibility, the spell.
Oh my god. Look at that.
So do you all think it's worth it to do some scouting?
Yeah, I think that would be probably a good idea. I mean, that's kind of been what our MO has been this whole time, trying to scout ahead and see what we're up against.
Yeah, I mean, because we did get information about like what the scene looked like from that goblin, but
yeah, and I don't want to keep giving you
information would be.
Yeah, and I don't want to keep giving you like answers and self-defeating my own things. So I did give you another piece of information here that is relevant, but either you can consult your notes or give me an in check to try to remember an important piece of information here.
The goblin dogs.
Ooh, we got a smarty here. Yes, if you are invisible, the dogs will still smell you out, so you might want to deal with that.
Where's that deodorant, huh?
I can try to make some more deodorant if you want. I do have a spell that'll hopefully help in that regard.
Help your spell be invisible?
Well, it'll help me to be
Yes,
a little
well-
bit lucky in making my deodorant.
Oh.
So your deodorant gives a pleasant smelling scent, right? So it'll still be foreign to the
No.
dog. Oh, sorry, it's
It gives a neutral scent if I
a
remember.
neutral
correctly.
scent. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it like did.
No, I thought it was a neutralizing thing.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, sorry, I don't recall. What is this thing again?
I'm going back up to the top to
I think
get it.
it's
Mm-hmm.
deodorizing agent is the name of it.
Yes.
Deodorizing agent.
Bissy carried one of these just in case. Yeah, renders it scentless for 1d3 hours.
That sounds
Creatures
perfect.
that rely on scent for locating creatures do not gain the benefit
Huh.
of this
There you go.
ability against a creature affected by a dose of deodorizing agent.
Look at that.
But it takes
All right.
1 full minute to apply.
I mean, we can apply it, then use our invisibility, and you
Sure.
know.
I'm just making sure you're aware. Like, don't think as soon as they start to get onto us, we're gonna put this on, because then it's like, oh, let me start taking a bath.
All right, so I'm going to, since we're talking this out, I'm going to use Crafter's Fortune.
Excellent. Yeah, give me that check to make this thing finally. With the fortune, it's a success. So yeah, you can get one. I just want to say I am also very impressed, Michelle, that you remembered that. So I want to give you like extra points for that. Good job.
All right, and then I'm gonna make another Crafter's Fortune, and I'm gonna try and make a second deodorizing agent, since Gamix will probably be with me as well.
Okay, yeah, sure. Very nice. 2 deodorizing agents. And
Alright,
the
here you
costs
go,
for such
Gamix.
things are pretty trivial, but just do 20 gold for both of those.
All right, I can just take it off my sheet.
Sure. Yeah, it's pretty trivial.
Here, smells like Teen Spirit.
All right. So what's the plan? Invisibility potions? You guys are gonna duo tag team scout this place out?
I believe so.
Excellent.
We should probably be not a terribly far distance behind, and they have some sort of like scream they let out if something goes
A
wrong.
bird call.
No, a scream, because if they get caught, they're basically going to die if we don't get there.
I don't know what you mean. We're the strongest.
It seems
And
like there's
Hop is
going to be a
fighting
lot of
others.
enemies here. And I don't want the campaign to be like the two of them go out scouting. John gets a lucky natural 20 and one of you natural ones. You're discovered. You are assaulted by 6 Veds. You're dead.
I have 92 hit points. I'll be fine.
Yes, that combined gives you what, like a total of 100 hit points?
I have
All right.
34 hit points. Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm
How do
sorry.
you have nothing? Oh,
If a giant manages to minimum on damage, you live.
All right, you
According
guys.
to the thing, it's 34 of 64 possible hit
Ooh.
points I could have.
Yeah.
You're in the middle, you know.
that's sad.
You let me know when you're ready to scout it out. I'll assume Oz and Qatar are some distance away that they could hear you if you shouted or something they can run in. Practically
Alright.
everyone will be on the map, but please only Gamix and Dot move your tokens when you're ready. If you want to get anything
need to
else
see
or
the
do
map.
anything else, I'll pull you when you're ready.
Oh, okay, got it.
I just didn't want to bring you there until you let me know you were ready to go into the place.
Okay, so invisibility is minutes per level.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess what I would do first is, thoroughly apply the deodorizing agent.
And I'll roll your durations on those. I mean, it's irrelevant. You'll become visible before it runs out, right? Because it lasts hours, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You'll become visible before you become smelly.
Exactly. And then after we're thoroughly deodorized, then I would pop my potion of invisibility.
Okay. And Gamix, you do the same? Just...
Yep.
Are you drinking a potion, or are you casting your own magic, or how are you applying your invisibility?
I think I'm just gonna use the potion.
Alright, make sure you guys use them up from your sheet. And give me the go-ahead when you're going in.
Alright, we're going in.
Alright, going in. You stumble upon the entrance to the cave that you're confident this is where the den is. You can hear some goblin dogs in the distance barking, or just not like barking at your presence, but just kind of like their passive kind of grumbles and stuff. You both speak goblin, right? You can overhear.
I do.
Yeah, you can overhear some goblin just saying, "Quiet, quiet! I already fed you." And you can move your tokens as you see fit. I'll treat you as invisible. You can, if you're moving stealthy, just give me a stealth check. We'll do it every. I'll just tell you. I'll call for it. So right when you're starting, if you're, I'm assuming being stealthy, just give me a stealth check. If you want, you can give it to me in a private roll. I just don't want to know how well you're stealthy, but it's okay. You're very stealthy, Dot. Oh, you're both super stealthy. This is without your invis bonus, or did you put it in there?
That's without.
I didn't put it in there.
Holy cow!
That's
Yeah,
without.
you guys, it's a very hard to detect you apparently. And yeah, you can move as you see fit. I'll pause the game when I want you to make me another check, but for now, you can move as you want.
It's saying that I'm colliding with a wall.
All right, I'll help you out a bit.
Okay.
You might have to just arrow key your way through. If you get stuck, let me know. I can move you. There you should see these two goblin dogs with this goblin. He has them by two leashes he's holding with one hand. He's just kind of holding them. And they're just kind of mucking about, going around and stuff. So getting through here might be a little tricky. Because you might bump into a dog, you might bump into a goblin. Which direction do you want to go? He's clearly guarding this northern passage, is what it's clear. Like, this is the way he's protecting. If you want to go through that way, I'll require some sort of dex check to not bump into him. If you want to go west, it'll be a lesser DC, but same check, as the dogs are kind of just mulling about. So which way would you like to go? And
I think
another little annoying thing is, how do you communicate that to each other? You're both invisible, and you can't really talk.
Should we blind GM roll tell you which way we're gonna go? And
That is pretty funny, and
Yeah,
yes,
that'd be the
you
way to
should.
do it.
Or
Yeah.
you could. I'm not going to be super nitpicky. You could back up and go back outside the cave and talk about it. You have several minutes with your invisibility. It's on
Can
a
they
rush.
not grab each other? Like, grab the other one?
Well, they're invisible. They can't see each other.
Yeah, but, like, they're close enough where they could feel, right?
Yeah. If you want,
Maybe.
you could try to reach each other. And then I don't know how that...
Or the other invisible person that's around there as well. that is running sea invisibility.
Hey, I see you!
Well, no, they're sneaking around with them. The goal is to get one of them separated from the other.
Oh my god.
The
So
other thing is, sure, we can touch each other, but still, how do we communicate direction
You
if we're just
call.
like...
One person tugs the other one. Yeah, you should have talked about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right, what would you guys want to do? Do you want to blind GM roll which direction you're going? Or do you want to back out and talk about it?
I want a blind GM roll. I think it'd be fun.
All right,
Say.
it's not a big deal. Yeah, you blind GM roll or /whisper GM and type to me which direction you want to go. All right.
Oh,
It's okay.
we were able to see that. Oh,
It's
well.
okay. How did you guys try to do it? Just so I know. Did you try to private roll it, or what did you do?
Yeah, I did blind GM roll and then I just typed.
Okay, yeah. So it's not a roll. It was just text, I guess. So it's not. It doesn't. Whatever. It's
Yeah,
fine.
so you'll have to use a /W space GM space or
Yeah.
GM.
Or roll something and then just put text after it. But whatever. It's fine. Gamex, you tried to go north. Give me a reflex save to try to avoid this goblin and find an opportunity to sneak by. Very good. You can sneak on by. Same for you, Dot. You have a lower DC to try to sneak by.
You moved Dot.
Oh, sorry. I grabbed the wrong token. There you go.
Okay.
And yeah, reflex save for you, Dot, to go your direction. Very nice. Lucky you chose that direction. You find a nice opportunity to sneak by. And yeah, Gamex, you can keep going. Both of you can keep going your directions. I'll pause the game if I want you to make any other check. I'm just going to pause here because Gamex sees something. Gamex, you come across, you have a good memory for this. You probably remember there's this troll that you were warned about that guards this way. And he's just kind of hulking there, and there's like this little goblin behind him who looks like he's holding like a little walking stick, and he's wearing robes. Clearly not some sort of warrior, probably some sort of spellcaster. If you want to sneak by here, again, another reflex save will be needed. High DC, because the troll he's here, he's guarding this path, but you have a pretty good reflex save, so you can probably sneak on by if you want to risk it.
And Gamax acrobatics, because didn't Gamax have a good acrobatics?
I would allow an acrobatics check as well.
I guess they're actually, the reflex is actually better. Never mind.
Oh,
Just
actually,
double-checking.
Oh, no, wait, you're right.
Yeah.
I was looking at the wrong.
Did you want to try to sneak by here, or did you want to
Gamax wants to shoulder slam him.
That's the greatest plan here.
Mm-hmm. Could do that as well. You just give him a
Stealth
sucker
shoulder
punch.
slam.
While you're deciding, Dot, you can keep moving around if you want. As you come into this little area, you'll see there's a bunch of little bones and things around here. It looks like something has like eaten some small creatures and left the discards here. You can't really, well, there's a lot of webs and stuff around that you see. No other real markings of what creature this could be.
Noted. Creepy spiders. Got it.
Yeah. And as you move there, you do see a lot of webs here, but there is this big stone here that's kind of like blocking the path. But there is that path, yep. Yeah, you can keep going.
The deeper I go, if something goes wrong, the further I am away from everyone else.
Yep. That's how it works.
But the more
Yep.
information you get.
Yeah, then I have to squeeze back out past these people too.
If there's a single alarm anywhere around here, you're fucked.
Yeah, and you haven't, Dot hasn't bumped into you. So either she's very good at patiently waiting behind you, or she's not with you. So there's that as well to know.
And also, how would Dot even know not to bump into you? You know what I mean? Like,
So the fact that I haven't been bonked by anything is probably concerning.
Yeah, I think both Dot and Gamix now realize at this exact moment that you probably have been separated. Dot, as you come in here, there are a bunch of scattered papers in here. They seem like they're just discarded books, ripped pages. Some of them are in different languages. I don't know how much time you spend on trying to find any reason or rhyme to them. If you're just doing a quick glance, you won't gain much. I can roll randomly to see what you pick up and look at, if you like.
yeah, I would like to, because I think Dot would be interested in, what the papers say and stuff.
Yeah, you grab a bunch of papers, and the handful you grab, let me look at your languages to see if you can recognize it. You do not. Oh, you do. You randomly have Nikrill. You understand the words of the undead are written here. The pages that you grabbed talk about some sort of ancient ritual. It talks about needing the blood of innocence as a requirement for this specific ritual. The page you're on is like about the requirements, and I don't know how long you're reading here, but for this few seconds and minutes that you're here, you gain that much information. If you want to stuff these in your bag, you can, and you can talk about it more later. Or if you want to throw these aside and look for other ones, I can roll randomly to see what you grab.
Yeah. I think I would just grab sort of a handful of them and stuff them in my bag. I'm not going to spend too much time on it.
Sure.
With the thought that if we defeat all these giants, then I could, at my leisure, go through all of this.
Yeah, so while you've been doing that, let's just go back to Gamix. What have you decided? Are you still just pondering?
I'm gonna try it.
All right, give me some sort of dex, your best dex-based skill check. So reflex, acrobatics, anything else you can argue to me, I will allow.
Yeah, I think reflex.
Handle animal.
No, that one won't work. Ooh. All right, we'll do a pose save there. It was low enough. Let's see if the gods allow it that you... If he beats your reflex save, then you will bump into him. Ooh.
Yup.
Oh, he didn't have a good of a bonus. But, yeah, so you're trying to sneak past this troll. He's blocking your way, and you kind of just bump into him, and oops, sent you into the Shadow Realm. So you kind of get past him, and you bump into him, and he says, I don't know if... Do you speak Giant? I think everyone speaks Giant, right? In Giant, he'll just say, oh, what was that? And this goblin over here is, in Goblin, he kind of says, hey, what's this giant going crazy? What's going on? Who's there? Anyone there? Hello? And he'll kind of like go into the hallway. This giant will just be like confused and be like walking into the hallway. That sound will echo. Doc, give me perception to see if you can hear that. You are a little bit away, but these are otherwise pretty quiet area, and they kind of just yelled and made noise. Ooh, yes, you can definitely hear. You speak both those languages, so that'll come echoing through the hall or through the cave tunnels. So you hear that. But you don't hear immediate signs of violence or attacks or anything, and you did talk about if you got into trouble to scream, and Gamix hasn't screamed or anything. So perhaps they're fine for now. But both of you can keep moving if you want. Yes, there is a chest there if you want to mess with it. It is clearly closed and locked.
I don't think I'll mess with it right now. This is just reconnaissance.
Yeah, you can note a chest there. Gamix, you just see a similar littering of bones in this little room. It seems like there's discarded things in here. Looks like some creatures is like were half eaten and decaying in here. It's like old stuff. But it was all it's all like small little body. It's like either goblinoids children or like human children, or they're all small like skeletons. So it's like halflings or something. Anything under like 3 feet, 4 feet could be. They're all like skeletal at this point. It's hard to identify.
Wonderful. Love that.
Yeah, Dot, you see there is a sack over there if you wanted to look at it.
I'm not gonna look at the sack.
What is on the floor to my lap?
Yeah, you take some time. It seems to be like some old like hay or some like old scraps of some discarded like food scraps. It's like a compost pile. There's like a little bit of hay. There's a little bit of like old bones and food. some decaying rations. You smell it; it stinks. Dot, you see some crates that are clearly filled with some sort of. There's like a water barrel somewhere here, and there's crates of clear like there's food. You can smell fresh food here, compared to the other areas where it's like rotten or decayed. And I'll just pause right there for both of you. Give me perception checks. Higher DC for Dot because you're further.
I'm so great at those.
Well, you're pretty close, Gamix. Dot, I'll say you just hear some murmurs coming from the east. You can't really make it out, but Gamix, you're pretty close, so you can make it out. You can tell, like, right around the corner are clearly some giants. They're all talking. And you kind of... They were pretty quiet before, but now you just hear them, some one of them speak up and say, "Well, should one of us check on that shout we heard?" And the other one's like, "No, it's probably fine. They were told to sound the alarm if they caught anyone coming in here." And another one says, "That stupid wizard. Is he sure that rock up there will hold that damn whaling thing?" And you kind of hear another one say, Yes, it will. He promised it. Just pull that string, and if those fools come in here, he guaranteed it'll kill them, and we'll be safe." And they all start grumbling to each other. What are these giant killers? And yeah, they just start grumbling about you specifically. Not Gamek specifically, but your group. They're just saying, "What were they again? Some orcs and some goblins or something?" Or they just making some random rumblings about your party. And I can unpause here and you can continue moving if you see fit. But I will need another stealth check from both of you if you want to advance closer at this point. Very nice. Very nice. Continue moving. And yes, Gamix, you can clearly see there are a bunch of these giants. You can move around and count as you see fit or stay where you are. But there are these giants circled around here. You can see this one here. I'll mark him with something just so you... Oops.
What? That's not the mark.
I'll mark him with this icon here. He has a little fist on him. He's clearly holding this rope and like looking in your direction, like ready to deploy this contraption that you just overheard. You can look at the rope and it follows all the way up into this ceiling where now you can see, no perception check needed because you're kind of listening and directed to this. You can see the light kind of pouring through some cracks. Clearly, and the rope you can see is clearly tied around it. He's ready to yank it. It would pull the rock out and reveal some hole or something.
Does it look like it's right above the pool or right above like him?
Right above this water pool. It seems like the light would probably usually be shining on there. It looks like it was meant to... maybe it was always like that or not. It's hard to tell if this was recently carved out. I don't know how much of an expert you are in stone or anything. But it seems like this rock is not perfectly fitting here. So they either got this rock somewhere else, or it's clear that they put this rock here to do this contraption that they've got here. And yeah, you can keep moving around if you want. There is an obvious discolored stone over here as well that has clearly been shoved in this corner that doesn't match the rest of the rock face. There was another bonus information that I don't know if you remember it, Michelle. If you do, I literally will give you bonus XP. There was some bonus information here about something that might be there, but...
Is it the book?
What book?
There was a book that the tiefling chick was looking for that was on a podium.
All right, yeah, I'll give the party bonus XP for remembering things. Very good.
I feel like Jess deserves it if you were going to give it just to Michelle.
Well, it was a team effort. I feel bad just giving it to one person now, because Michelle remembered the scent thing, and Jess remembered that. Maybe Michelle would have remembered it too if you gave her time
Steven
to...
and I haven't done shit.
It's a party.
I'm trying to play the character.
Yeah, you guys are a party.
Uh-huh.
You work together, you gain together, you win together. It's fine.
We die together.
I had the book on my mind because when I saw those papers, I was looking to see if there was a podium.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you're really in love with that stupid fucking tiefling bitch that needs to just die. So.
Oh my god. The B word didn't need to be said.
Hey, it's a tiefling. She had it coming. Did you see what she was wearing? Horns.
Jesus. But yeah, Dot, you can make your way into the room to get the same kind of picture that Gamix is getting here, and you're pretty confident this is the end of the road. This is you've kind of both of you explored the caves in its entirety, but you've each gone a different way, which is kind of funny.
Now, just a reminder, since you're both high-end characters, minutes per level.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to be sticking around too much longer. I just was, completing my circle, I suppose.
Yeah, and as you're leaving, one of them just says, "If I see that, I heard there's one that throws bombs. If I see that one, I'm going for that one specifically." He grumbles. And they all kind of look at him. "Whoa, what happened to you?" And, I met one of those people before, and I don't know if you're sticking around for this conversation, but they start talking about... He starts regaling some trauma he's had from an alchemist, basically.
Clearly that giant needs therapy. I've renamed my axe, John. It's called Therapist.
But yeah, you guys can... I don't want you to... If you're saying you're leaving, I don't need you to move like everywhere. I'll just bring you guys kind of together. And you kind of both...
You're gonna make them have to sneak by the troll again. And
well, they do.
Who's now conveniently in the hall.
The troll is more agitated and like looking around and feeling around as something bumped into him. And this goblin is looking around this hallway, walking back and forth. But you guys kind of bump into each other at one point. So you guys can...
They were going different ways.
Well, they went the same way back, so...
Oh, okay. That's brave, because what if that room had an alarm on it?
Well, no alarm has gone off, or if it's silent,
that we know of.
But this troll
Maybe that's why they started talking about an alchemist.
They're all... if you would have stayed...
I'm so nervous, because John's used alarms so many times in this game.
But yeah, you guys kind of bump into each other and notice this situation. You guys can kind of back up to the corner to whisper each other if you want to risk it. I believe it's a DC 20 to detect a whisper perception, just so you're aware. But you guys can try to communicate if you want to try to go a different way. Dot knows a different way, technically.
I was gonna say I would just, if I'm right here with Gamix, I'll grab Gamix's hand and kind of pull back the way we came.
Gamix, I assume you allow this to happen. Some invisible creature is grabbing you. Are you sure? Is it Dot? Something reaches out and grabs you. I'm not going to be that annoying. It's fine. You can.
It's an invisible stalker. You lose.
No.
Dot can. I will bring you back to the next important checkpoint. So Dot can go around this issue, but the last issue you do need to resolve is the goblin dogs. You can overhear them speaking, and he says, "Come on, boys, smell around. Someone's walking around here. I know it." And he's like actively getting them to move around and stuff. So I just need one more check to sneak by them. DC is a little higher as you bumped into
Reflex?
someone. Your highest dex check, or another check if you can sell me on it. So a flat dex check, a reflex save, an acrobatics, whatever you can sell me on. Very nice, Gamix. You can rush by, taking an opportunity you see where they're in a good spot. 17's pretty good, although you are going to roll against the dog, and if he beats you, he's going to bump into you. A natural 20! But you are right by the exit, so you will bump into the dog, and the dog will start yapping. But you can get away.
I think it's time to fight.
There's no scream, but you two can get to the mouth of the cave when the dog just starts like yapping, and he just starts going, What happened? What happened? He's looking around, but you guys can get away before anything really happens. And as you get to the mouth of the cave where Oz and Qatar are waiting, the sun kind of like hits you, and just as that happens, like your invisibility kind of like fades away, and you are visible to Oz and Katara as you guys get out of the cave, probably out of breath and like sweating. But you're out and can relay the information you had. As just outside the cave, you can hear.
Should we get out of here before we catch up? You seem a little huffy. Were you chased?
Yeah, we should retreat.
Gotta move on.
A short distance and discuss tactics.
Yeah, you guys can back up quite a ways, and when you're comfortable, you can start talking.
Okay,
So
so I
what'd you
go and
learn?
start killing, right?
Okay, hold on. Let them talk.
So my way was mostly we got separated. First of all, I am assuming Gamix took the other path. I went towards the west.
Correct.
My way was mostly clear. There were some webs that I saw, but no actual spiders. But there was like a stone in front of opening where maybe there were spiders or something. Um, there seemed to be like, you know, things that we might be interested in, taking with us. Uh, there were books, there was a chest, food, that kind of thing. Um, and then it basically emptied out into a chamber. There was a stone in the ceiling, and the giants were talking about that's where they're keeping that death thing. They just have to pull like a chain or something and it releases it.
Okay, so you have a sense of where that's located.
Yeah, there'll
Yes.
be a pool in the room, and it's right above that pool.
You said a pool?
Yeah, there's like a little thing of water on the ground.
Okay.
What about your way, Gamix? What did you see?
We'll pass the goblin with the dogs. There's a small little thin route, and then a troll and a goblin blocking the way into the next cave. And then past that is where it opened up into the big cave with the giants. There's also the weird rock that was in that room that looks different than the rest, so that might be something.
What?
There was like a weird
Weird
boulder
rock?
or rock or something on the wall.
What do you think is there?
The tiefling lady did tell us that there was a secret room or whatever somewhere. So it could be that. Could be treasure. Could be anything.
Could be another swarm.
We also, if we're talking to any goblins or orcs, we need to, see if they're any of the loved ones of those other goblins that we freed.
The one with the dogs was the one guy's brother.
That's
So we
right.
need to do that one at least.
So, I mean, the thing is that we should offer them, the chance, like we do everybody else, to, get out of there and leave with their lives, but
Well, it seems like you got some good information. Was there anything else we should know about?
I didn't see anything. I'm sure it won't go as smoothly as us calmly walking through there looking at stuff, but,
I mean,
But-
no.
The tunnels are pretty tight in a lot of places. So becoming big is gonna have to happen in like the final room. Otherwise you might not fit.
The final room's big enough?
Yeah.
That's important to know.
Do you guys think we should approach the goblin with the dogs and try and, I'll kind of look over at Katara, talk with him, see if he's willing to just, stand down?
Normally I would say yes, but given that they already know about us, I assume as soon as they see us, like it's going into fight mode and they're gonna alert the others, so unfortunately, I don't know that we have time to talk.
Well, we'll just, I guess, see how that goes. Do you guys want to immediately go there, or do you want to, like, rest?
I want to make sure we talk through our full plan, what our ultimate goals are, what do we want to do if we can, things like getting loot but like aren't as essential, how we're going to do this to feel like we're all very on the same page about what the plan is. So, primary goal, kill the Veds, and block the whatever swarm that was.
The
Something.
undead swarm.
Yeah. Drocus swarm, that was it.
Did you see, Gamix, did you see anybody with like bows and arrows, that sort of thing, your way?
No. Don't think so.
Okay.
Did the goblin look like a wizard, like a mage?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you saw he had component pouch on his side, and yeah, it's clearly some sort of caster.
Yeah, just a spellcasting goblin and a big troll.
So, is our goal first to just like get as quickly as we can into that big room with the giants and where the swarm is? They're all in the same room, right? Or they were?
The giants and the swarm, yeah. The troll and the goblins are in.
And try to keep them from pulling that cord so that we don't have to fight two different fronts.
How are we gonna stop them from pulling that cord?
Well, if you make it to where that they can't reach over and grab it, without you being able to
Oh, you
attack
said guy
them.
was holding in hand.
True.
That seemed very hard.
I guess
Try.
we'll just... Yeah.
If you surprise attack him, do you think his first reaction would be to pull it? Or do you think he would be too startled to? And maybe let go of it?
If we go the westward way that loops around, then after Goblin Dog, that would be like the next people we see, basically, would be the ones with the cord.
Do you think they wait to pull it until we get into the big room? Or do you think as soon as they hear us fighting, they would try and pull it? Because if they wait, we could have 3 people go the other route and like start a fight, and then one person sneak around, and then when the others are going to approach, hit the guy with the sneak attack the guy with the cord. And then the others will follow in soon after, before the others can try and...
They seemed nervous about it not doing it prematurely. They were really hoping that it held, so...
I would assume they'd wait until we were in the cave. That big cave.
Because obviously, whatever that thing is doesn't discriminate. It's not like it has a mind of its own.
So it'll harm them too.
Yes.
They must have something to protect themselves from it, though. To lessen it, at least.
Yeah, the giant rock in the way.
Well, no, but like once it's released...
I'm guessing the wizard doesn't care for their personal well-being. It's more important probably to take us out than if some of them are... Yeah, if some of them are collateral damage, that's just...
They can lose a quintet of giants if it means losing us.
I thought, did I forget, was there supposed to be 6 Veds? Or was there really supposed to be 5? In my head, I kept thinking we heard 6.
I don't remember if they gave you an exact count. I think he gave you a range.
There are 5 Veds, is what Avmark said.
Okay.
Oh.
I had it wrong in my head.
plus the goblin chief with 2 goblin dogs. Plus there might be a giant spider. And a magic goblin. That's what Avmark said, at least. So, sorry, for the Swarmbane clasp, there isn't anything we have to do to, like, activate that, right? It's just, like, having
passive,
it on us.
yeah.
Okay.
But for the scroll, it's 10 minutes per level, and so we could cast that on us before we go into the cave, and probably it'll still be.
Yeah, if you based on your invisibility duration, you were able to get to point A to point B. Well, you weren't fighting things on the way, but depending on what your tactics you do, yeah, that should be more than enough time.
So who would we want to have do the... You said a sneak attack is what you're thinking, Max? That
Yeah.
3 of us would go one way. I assume the sneak attack would have to be you or Dot, since we're not really sneaky.
Yeah.
Are
It's
you
just
volunteering?
whether. Well, it's whether we think a ranged sneak attack with a bomb would work better, or getting a direct punch in on them.
I feel like the punch, but maybe not. I don't know. What do you guys think?
The bomb could also miss its intended target.
True.
Yeah,
And then
my
he would know you're down
instinct...
immediately.
My instinct is to go with the punch.
Oh, sorry, it's 1 minute per level for Death Ward, but still.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, but at a 4th level alchemist spell, that's still like a level 10, so
10
that would
minutes.
be 10 minutes total. Yeah.
Not bad.
Wait, and what's the idea of who the rest of us would be fighting while you're doing the sneak attack?
You'd be dealing with the goblin and the goblin dogs, and then the troll and the other goblin. And then wait before you go into that room. I'll have to give some kind of signal, unless you hear when I punch him in the jaw, hopefully.
Ooh, can your fists have sound effects?
Pow!
But like exceedingly loud pow, so it can be like the pow heard round the world.
Yeah, you could hook that up to make your fist make no specific noise or something, if you wanted it to.
Only if I can turn it on and off at will.
Yeah,
Are you gonna go in invisible also, or just sneak stealth?
Well, in order to get past the first goblin and the goblin dogs, invisibility, and I probably need another together, I think. Unless we do it quick enough that this one hasn't worn off.
Yeah, this is kind of the issue that I'm seeing, is I don't know how we're supposed to, like, suddenly, like, race in there and not trigger literally any of the rest of the combats that are there. Even invisible, I probably will make noise.
Oh,
well, I'm
really?
not saying you guys are invisible. Your purpose is to distract everyone else while I sneak in, and then I wait for you guys to be finished with them, sneak attack, and then you come in to fight the giants when they're not holding onto the cord.
I'm just expecting the giants to... I'm expecting some number of the giants to come after us.
So do we send you... How long does it take to get from, like, the entrance of the cave into the pool giant area?
Does Dot have a sense from the way that she went?
Yeah. Divide your invisibility by 2. So it took you like half the duration to get there. So what was your invisibility? 4 minutes or something? Or because you took a potion? So it took like 2 minutes if you just go directly there. If you're impeded by anything, obviously you'll add to that time. Gamix, you can assume your path would be shorter, but you obviously were waiting and thinking about things. But Dot's path was basically, if you just directly walk, 2 minutes you can be in the main room. So maybe a minute the other path. But obviously there's obstacles in that path, so things aren't going to let you just walk by them. Unless you... I mean, I keep giving you guys suggestions. I feel like I should stop. But...
John's like, I want to be plagued.
I do.
Come on, John, join us. Wouldn't that be fun? You could be like, okay, when I'm sitting with this hat on, I'm the player. Without the hat on, I'm the GM.
Yeah, that would be good. Have you ever seen the show Severance or whatever on Apple? So like one part of your mind has no memory of the other part. That it would work like that if I had like no memory of the DM mind or whatever. That'd be pretty cool. Trying to best myself.
Yeah, you don't know what's coming.
Yeah, it would be cool, but also scary.
I'm trying to figure out how this would work to... I don't know, my instinct is just like, I like the idea of the sneak attack, but I feel like GameX would have to go in by themselves to do that in order for us to not trigger anything else, and then that makes it feel like we're too far behind them, like you'd be alone for too long in combat.
Well, that's why I said I would wait until you guys fight the other things before I sneak attack the one guy. Because I'm assuming he wouldn't pull down the boulder until you guys are going to enter that room. So once I hear your combat sort of finish up with the troll and the goblin, that's when I go in, sneak attack him, and then you guys can come in. That was my thought, anyway.
Yeah, I feel like we should just diagram this step by step and then press autoplay and be like, okay, so now everything will go perfectly as we planned. There will be no surprises. We will not forget anything.
It's fine. There'll just be a giant spider when I go into the other cave. Don't worry about it.
So I want to use my headband and concentrate on the plan Gamix laid out and how I think that will go. What I expect to happen in terms of the swarm chain in particular.
You haven't pissed off Dalek recently, have you?
I've never pissed off a giant.
I know, I'm just teasing. Yeah, you can concentrate on the plan. And you can catch Michelle reading my notes as Gamix is sneaking around, and you see this mechanical type spider just patrolling the passageways that Gamix was planning on sneaking through, and Gamix is sneaking invisible, and then all of a sudden this big spider's on Gamix and they're fighting, and then the vision kind of fades out.
Okay, Gamix, so I'm not so sure about that. It seems like there may be a large mechanical spider that would attack you and prevent you from getting there.
I was just being a little descriptive. It's not a guarantee that... Basically, what it's telling you is there is some spider that is now in the hallways that has been released looking for invisible people. So Gamix would have to sneak by this, or someone will have to deal with it somehow. Sorry, I interrupted someone's thought.
Oh no, I was just going to say, is this because there was a secret alarm spell somewhere that got triggered?
No.
I also bumped into one of them, and the dog bumped into the dog.
X to doubt. Sorry.
Yeah, the alarm spell was on the papers that I took.
Speaking of, you have some papers on you. I don't know if you want to pull them out and start reading them now, but probably not the best
Papers,
time.
please.
Papers, please. But yeah, essentially the vision is giving you the information that Dot can piece together when you talk about this, that there was some rock blocking this spider in, clearly, and they either have removed it or plan on removing it or something, as your vision details this new spider skulking about that wasn't there before. And I will give you Katara, I don't remember if you have any knowledges, but if you have knowledge, I believe it is Arcana.
I have no
Okay.
knowledge whatsoever.
I will allow Dot to second hand it, but it'll be very hard DC, but I don't know, maybe a nat 20 or something if you want.
I also have knowledge arcana. If I
Sure,
can.
go for it, yeah. If you can.
Not as much, but
Oh, I was looking at the nat 20 the
Oh.
Goblin Dog did. I thought you did the nat 20. I was like, what? But yeah, those checks are not good enough for second hand without seeing it yourself.
just share memory with us.
What if I describe it in great detail? What if I paint them a picture?
Sure, if you give me a perform check or some charisma-based stat, how well you can describe. You cannot intimidate once a day, tell them about the spider.
It's fucking big.
Can I-
It's so fucking big.
Can I
Oh.
perceive it to them?
No. It's going to be a
What about
charisma-based.
sense? I don't know what's charisma based on.
Any...
Probably nothing I have.
Yeah, let's look at
Except
your sheet.
intimidate.
Aren't we all like negative charisma?
Well, this is the benefit of having someone
Oh.
who's good at charisma for situations like this.
I'm charisma based.
Yeah, it looks like your intimidate is the best, but that's not really... I don't know how you could sell me an intimidate check. You can try. I'm open to it. I just
You're
don't...
gonna be so scared of the spider. It's huge. It's mechanical. It's gonna attack you. You gotta be fucking prepared.
Come on, don't be scared.
Yeah, your other bet is you could do a perform check. You have a +0, so it's flat.
Plus
Pretend
0.
to be a spider. Be the mechanical spider.
But yeah, you can
Interpretive
pretend
dance.
I could bluff that I'm the spider. Is that a charisma?
You could try to successfully lie about what kind of spider you saw.
I
No,
saw
that
a
seems
really tiny
unhelpful.
one. It was so small, guys. You wouldn't believe it.
If she bluffs all the opposite details of the spider.
But you can
So
just give me a flat charisma button push, and if you get a nat 20, I can give them a boost to their checks.
Yeah, it's not happening. And I can do
You
this
can try.
nat
It's a
20
5% chance.
Via take 20, right?
You can't take 20 on this check, no. Well, that's pretty good.
No.
I'll allow a
Pretty good, but not a 20.
They can each do one retry with a +2 on their knowledge arcana. Because you're a good sport.
Okay. Nope.
Those are pretty good. I will give you one piece of knowledge. It is clearly a construct spider. So you can expect it has the construct traits. Which are just basically spell immunity. If anything has spell resistance, it won't work. Those sort of things. You can look up what the construct traits are if you want. Or care. But we are getting close to our time here. So unless you guys want to quickly just run in and do this right now, you can if you want. We can play a little longer, but I imagine you don't want to do that. So if there's anything else you want to declare, you can have a week to think about your approach if you care enough, or want to type in the Discord or whatever. Is there anything else you want to chat about or do before I give you some bonus XP and call it here?
I got nothing.
All right, let me give you some bonus
No,
XP.
yeah, I definitely want to do it at closer to the beginning, and not when I'm like, ooh, my brain is basically shut off.
Yes, if I accidentally give you enough XP to level, do not level because
Level,
there's
got
an
it.
encounter.
Not enough. It's not enough. So we're okay.
Well, I just gave it right now. Okay, yeah, you're close still. Okay.
John.
You'll
not
probably level
close
after
enough.
this encounter. There's a lot of
Should
experience
have given
here.
us like 74999 to be harsh.
I've been more generous with the XP. All right, didn't you just level a few sessions ago? I feel like it's
Not
been
recently
recently.
enough.
I feel like it's been pretty recent.
It was pretty.
But you will definitely level after this encounter if everything goes
If
well.
we survive.
I think you guys have
I don't
gotten.
get eaten by a giant mechanical spider.
I think you guys have
Yeah.
good plans.
I remembered
and-
the headband.
Yeah,
I used it.
yeah. Give you bonus XP. Give you bonus experience for your good memory knowledge of things and remembering things I didn't think you
Goblin
would. Impressed me.
Tiefling book.
Yeah, all these good stuff. I gave you a bunch of XP. But we'll call it
Alice
there.
didn't kill anything. She wasn't supposed to.
True, she did kill something, but it was sanctioned. State sanctioned violence. It's
God.
amazing. But yeah, I will cut the stream there unless there's anything else anyone wants to declare. on the record?
Mm-mm.
All right,
Nope.
good. Then GG, and we'll call it there.